And with that simple technique I just showed you, both of these dressings have been a massive hit. For whey one, I'm using 2/3 cups of light tasting olive oil. It's flavor neutral compared to extra virgin and doesn't overpower the other ingredients. I'm also adding 1/4 cup of red wine vinegar. It's less acidic than white wine and gives the dressing a nice bright hue. In addition, the 3 tablespoons of cold water I'm using will also help to cut down on the greasy taste from the olive oil, which tends to be a common issue with many homemade dressing recipes. Meanwhile, the fat content from the 2 tablespoons of grated Parmesan helps the dressing to cling onto the salad. This 1 tablespoon of sugar will cut down on the tangy taste of the vinegar and is a flavor neutral alternative to honey. Here I have iodized salt, black pepper, dried basil, dried oregano, garlic powder, onion powder, and red pepper flakes. Basil and oregano are like salt and pepper. Can't have one without the other. Next, this 1 teaspoon of lime juice makes for a zestier dressing than lemon juice because it's sharper and more bitter, which is also why we're using less of it. In a separate bowl, I reserved 1 teaspoon of olive oil, and to it I'm adding 1/4 teaspoon of xanthan gum. In essence, what we're doing is making a slurry, and we're going to add this to the dressing, as this is what will help prevent the oil and vinegar from separating. And the reason we're making the slurry is to prevent the xanthan gum from clumping with the water we added. So once you finish mixing the xanthan gum together with the oil and it's fully dissolved, you're just going to add it in with the other ingredients. Now in this next step, for the best results, I recommend using either a salad dressing shaker bottle or a protein shaker bottle. I'm using a protein shaker bottle in this video, but if you don't have these, you can also use a food or a mason jar. And as you can see, I'm just vigorously shaking all the ingredients together in the bottle with my hands.
A few moments later.
So I've been shaking the bottle for about 30 seconds, which is about how long it should take to get the consistency that we're looking for. And I'm just going to pour the dressing into a mason jar so you can see exactly what it looks like. This consistency right here is the perfect type of vinaigrette that would pair well with a dish that is leafy green, such as an Italian salad, for example. Now let's say you were making a pasta salad, whether it's for a holiday, potluck, or even just for your nightly dinner. With way number 2, I'm going to show you how to get that thick and creamy dressing. So all I'm doing here is pouring that same vinaigrette back into my shaker bottle, and I'm just going to make sure the top has been sealed tightly before attaching it to my blender. With the specific blender I'm using in this video, it happens to be high powered, so I'm just going to set it on low speed.
More moments later.
I've been blending for about 10 seconds, so I'm going to pause it and remove the shaker bottle from the blender. And you can see as I pour it into a clean mason jar how smooth and velvety it is. You do want to avoid blending it for longer than 10 seconds, as that will oxidize the oil and make a bitter tasting dressing. And you can use any blender for this. You would just place the vinaigrette into the glass pitcher for the blender. You can use an immersion blender as well. For more of these videos, please like, share, and subscribe. Okay, I love you. Bye-bye.